for several months. Your original creditors will attempt to collect your debt themselves. They may turn over the debt to a collection agency if they are unsuccessful. Your credit report will now show your original account as a charge-off with zero balance. Debt collectors will begin contacting you for collection purposes once a new collection account is posted to your credit report, indicating the amount you owe. Charging off credit card debt and opening collection accounts both carry serious derogatory marks, and both appear on your credit report for 7 years after the first missed payment. Remember that the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act limits debt collectors' tactics if you feel helpless in dealing with them. Usually, when collecting certain types of debt collectors are restricted by the Fair Debt Collection Practice Act, we call FDCPA. How debt collection is reported in credit reports is governed by the Fair Credit Reporting Act. Some states also provide protection in this area. Hello guys, welcome to my channel. In the previous video, we talked about what we should do to react on debt collections. In today's video, we will discuss what you should know about debt collection and what debt collectors can and cannot do. A major federal law that governs collection practice is the Fair Debt Collection Practice Act. Debt collection companies are prohibited from using abuse, unfair, or deceptive practices when collecting debts from you. The FDCPA covers the collection of mortgage debts, credit card debts, medical debts. There are debts primarily owed to family, friends, or household members. Business debts are not covered by the FDCPA. Furthermore, it generally doesn't cover collections by the original creditors from who you first became indebted. As a result of the FDCPA, debt collectors include collection agencies, debt buyers, and lawyers whose business is regularly collecting debts. Additionally, there are companies that buy past due debts from creditors and other businesses and then try to collect them. They are also being known as debt collection agencies, companies that collect debt, or debt buyers. In the US, debt collectors can only do certain things under the Fair Debt Collection Practice Act. According to this law, debt collectors can: first, unless you ask them in writing to stop, they can contact you by phone, letter, email, or text message. 2. They can leave in a voicemail message about what you owe them. 3. They can get in touch with you through social media. Debt collectors can send you a direct message or a friend's request on social media, provided they reveal that they are a debt collector. This is effective on 30th of November 2021. 4. Get in touch with your friends, family, or your employer to find out where you live, where you work, and what your phone number is. 5. They can file a lawsuit against you. If you don't respond to a lawsuit filed by a debt collector, judges usually rule against you. This could allow the debt collector to garnish your wage, take money from or freeze your bank accounts, or put a lien on your property. While collecting the debt, they must follow the rules. Here are 5 things debt collectors cannot do. Number 1. They cannot attempt your workplace. According to the Fair Debt Collection Practice Act, debt collectors cannot come to your workplace to collect the payments. The Act prohibits debt collectors showing up at your job to collect your debts. You are not allowed to be harassed personally by debt collectors at work. A debt collector, like a credit card company, may call you at work, though they are not allowed to tell your coworkers who they are. By law, they must stop contacting you on the job if you ask them not to. Number 2. Harassment. A debt collector can harass you in many ways. Repeated calls, threats of violence, publish information about you, using abusive language. These practices are all illegal under the Debt Collection Practice Act. Number 3. Threats to arrest you for debt. Debt collectors cannot arrest you for a debt you owe. However, a debt collector sues you over debt and you fail to show up in court. you may lose your default and be ordered to pay. Defying that court order could result in collector pursuing an arrest warrant. Number 4. Demand payment on debts you do not owe. There are many inaccuracies in debt collection industry. A debt collector can make a mistake in his or her documentation, which can cause the wrong person to be pursued for payment or for a debt that was already paid. Unfortunately, this isn't uncommon, but it's illegal. Consider reviewing your credit report if you are uncertain about a debt you have been asked to pay. Visit annualcreditreport.com for a free credit report. In the event that someone dies, debt collectors can contact their family to discuss debt repayment, but they cannot misrepresent whether the person is liable to pay the debt. Number 5. They cannot call you whenever they want. You cannot be called by a debt collector before 8 a.m. and after 9 p.m. In addition, you can ask a debt collector not to contact you. However, you are still responsible for paying the debt. You can avoid going to collection by paying your bills on time. Are you concerned that you will not able to pay your debts? If you need help managing your bills, contact your creditors immediately and ask for lower payments or to adjust your debt terms. The only way to remove a collection account from your credit report is to wait 7 years. Your credit score will be less affected over time by a collection account. You should pay down your credit card debt, avoid applying for new credit, and bring up any late accounts current to help improve your credit going forward. Under the Federal Fair Credit Reporting Act, you will have your credit report reflected on financial matters, including debt collections as well as creditors. There are federal laws protecting consumers from unfair, deceptive, and abuse action and practices.
We used to say, "Come and fucking get it!"
Most states have laws that regulate debt collection practices, which resemble the FDCPA in many ways. The original creditor may be covered by some state laws, while others might not. The collection of debt is also governed by unfair and deceptive acts and practices laws in some states. Find out more about the laws in your state by contacting the Attorney General's office. If you are contacted by any collectors, remember your rights and keep in mind what they can and cannot do. Okay guys, thanks for watching. That's all for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you find my content helpful, please subscribe to my channel for more future videos. I will see you soon.